What's up, guys? Doing a Q&A with the Bay, and so I posted a Facebook status asking people to, what was it? I said, if my HTC would load, ask me some questions I can answer in a video, any questions at all, preferably one requiring a short answer. Just for fun, because I haven't made a video in like 3 months, and the one that I filmed her doing, doing a little yoga tutorial, just hit over 1,000 views. So yeah. I thought that was really cool. So you guys should check that out. This is a previous video. So yeah, so we're just gonna be answering the questions that was asked on Facebook. So number 1 from Selena. What is the meaning of life?
Making babies.
Making babies. In my opinion, it's probably just you know, in a word would be like growth, because we start like this and then we just that's pretty much all we do. We just grow, even our knowledge and the size of biceps. Yeah. From Brandon, he says, Michael released a statement earlier today announcing that he will be canceling his membership to the YMCA and retire from lifting. What is your opinion on the matter?
He's being a pussy.
Yeah. You know, like her dad says, stop being a pussy. Okay. She's Cuban, if you guys are wondering. Yeah, I think, I'm going to be lifting till I'm, till I'm dead, pretty much. I think, even if I'm not going to be competing in bodybuilding or trying to make new world records in lifts or anything, I'm still going to be working out, because I think it's very important. So.
Die squatting.
Yeah, I'm going to die squatting. 2 plates.
2 plates?
All right. From Izzy. You want to read it?
Oh, yeah, sure. Are big biceps more important than education?
I think education is not that good, because we need maps.
The kids in Africa need maps.
No, I mean, you know, biceps are important, but the biceps of your brain are pretty important too, so you should probably grow
Exercise
them.
your brain.
Yeah, exactly. How do you feel about diet, weight, and disease class? From Kayla. She's in my class in college, and I think the teacher, if you're asking this seriously, I think the teacher's, she graduated university in '92 with like a bachelor's, or yeah, I think like a bachelor's or something in dietetics. And she doesn't, she's really cool, but it's kind of like people saying that you can get abs just by doing crunches, and that'll just get rid of the fat. Like, no, you know.
So she's old-fashioned?
So she's very old-fashioned. That's my opinion on her. Thank you for the question, Kayla. The next question is from Emily. Hey, Emily. How was your daily life, energy, mood, and focus, etc. change once you become vegan? Hard to adjust, pros and cons that you've experienced so far. So we're going to be making a completely different video on how we became vegan and why we switched lifestyles. But the first week was very difficult for my stomach. I was sharting every other hour, including the ones I was sleeping. So waking up to a pool of shart is not fun.
That's disgusting.
It's not hard to adjust. I mean, if someone tells you to become vegan and you do it, like, let's say when we started dating, she was vegan and she made me become vegan or something like that, it'd be very hard, and I would crave meat all the time. I still find myself thinking of, like, eggs, for example, but it's not really all that hard to adjust, because, you know, we're doing it for the good cause. So, yeah, it's very good. Right?
But what about energy levels?
Energy levels are have increased. My cardio's increased. My focus is really good, too. So, all right, next question. Hey, Drupals. What has been your biggest struggle in life? Hardest moment to overcome? This is so deep. Thank you for moving away from fitness and health. Biggest struggle in life would be
science program.
I was always different as a kid, and in high school too. I wasn't someone who dressed all that nicely, especially at the beginning of high school. And I had long hair in elementary school, longer than this. It kind of went up to here when I was a kid. And I used to always be made fun of. So the hardest thing to overcome was the fact that I was different from people. But now that's like my strength. So I'm cool with that. What about you? You said science program.
I don't really know. I don't, like, I struggle, but there's nothing significant.
No,
I cry a lot.
It's just one big step for Alicia, one small step for mankind. I don't know. Something like that.
Thanks.
Alright, next question from Theo.
I don't know who that is.
You want to read that?
Yeah. Would you rather eat sushi for the rest of your life or meatloaf? Sushi.
So,
Meatloaf's really good though.
But the question is, would you rather eat
Oh.
sushi for the rest of your life?
Or meatloaf
Or just eat
now.
meatloaf? I'd probably just eat meatloaf.
Yeah,
And then
that's true.
just continue
I don't
on.
think that's what he meant, but...
But you gotta sentence things properly.
Yeah. But I'd rather eat sushi than meatloaf for the rest of my life.
Only
Vegan sushi.
if it's... Oh, from Jen. Hi, Jen.
Oh, Jen.
Personal goals, not fitness related. What are they? Your aspirations or the knowledge you wish to obtain in the next 10 years? I wanna be, deep.
School.
Yeah, I want to be as smart as I can and learn as much as I can and change the world as much as I can, you know. That's pretty much it.
What's the question?
Your aspirations.
I want to be a registered dietitian.
Yeah.
And open a gym.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we both want to open a gym.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Open a mega gym. And you can get dietetic service.
So, from Vince, one of his million
He
questions.
has so many questions.
So overtraining or is having a deload week more beneficial for mass? Okay, well, in general, I would say from the research I did and from the research on myself that I did, overtraining is very good to a certain degree. I got really sick for like a week because I overtrained. I worked out 7 times in about 3.5 days. So Christmas break was not fun for me. I couldn't get out of bed. So overtraining to a certain extent is good for you because you're just shocking your body and you're causing it to grow stronger and forcing your central nervous system to keep up and just get stronger too. And taking a deload week or just an off week in general is really good. A lot of bodybuilders would do that after their competition. They would eat a lot of food and just relax for a few weeks, even like up to a month. They say 3 to 6 weeks is good or something like that. And then they would continue working out. So they're giving their body a break, and then once they get back on, it's kind of like when you start working out, you can, within the first year, make about 12 to 24 pounds of muscle. And then, if you're a dude, it's a little different for girls. And then, like, it kind of cuts in half every year. So, yeah. So, next question, red meat versus creatine.
Overtraining, like, that would be
You can't overtrain.
If it was good, I would.
You can't overtrain for a long period of time. It has to be, you know, just
be fucking intense.
Yeah. So red meat versus creatine, he said. I don't eat meat, so creatine. I don't know. Heavyweight lifting versus lightweight lifting for time under tension. Depends what your goal is. If you want to get stronger, definitely heavy lift or lightweight for time under tension. That will build a lot of connections. You'll get a good mind muscle connection. So when you're on stage, you'll be able to actually flex your bicep without keeping it limp. Muscle injury, icing or heat pack. Fuck. I burnt my thumb, and then I put ice cold. I know, but I put ice cold water on it with ice, and then it bubbled up. And she says you shouldn't do that. So I don't know if muscles act the same way if you like
put ice in them and they'll bubble up.
Well, I mean, if you like tear your bicep, or if something splits, icing it or heating it's not gonna really do fuck all. You need to get surgery or something. So don't ever get to the point where you need to heat it or ice it. Just try not to.
Do whatever feels good.
Yeah.
If ice feels good, put ice.
Pretty much. Just don't get hurt. All right. Next question from Chris. What is your take on keto way of living and if vegan is sustainable for life? Well,
didn't you ask that at the gym?
Yes. So ketogenic diets are good for fat loss, but not good for from the research that I read. They're not good for like blood results kind of thing. Your cholesterol goes up. The fat where it shouldn't be goes up. And
your energy levels lower.
Yeah, if you live off no carbs, your body needs to take creates energy from the protein. It turns them into ketones, which kind of acts kind of like carbs, but they don't have the same
sugar.
They don't have the same benefits.
Yeah.
So don't do that in my opinion. And is vegan lifestyle sustainable for life? Well, yeah.
monks do it, so anyone
Yeah.
can do it.
I mean, in a word, yes. All right, Glenn. Do you ever have days where you don't want to go to the gym? Do you ever come up with excuses not to go to the gym? Do I look like a pussy? I'm just kidding. Yes,
What
I
the
do.
fuck?
I do. Some days, I actually, last week, we went to the gym. We were supposed to do deadlifts and legs and everything. I was in my second set of deadlifts and I said, fuck this. I have no energy. I'm going home. So I completely skipped leg day for a cycle and just went home to eat. So I think that's...
But now it's every 3 days, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's okay. I mean, I do come up with excuses like no energy and things like that. But in general, I try to stick to, just putting up with my low energy or just shutting the fuck up and just doing work, So that's it. Next question. John. Hello, John. How many weeks should it take to cut properly? So, Christian Guzman, some dude on YouTube, says 16, 18, 20 weeks, he says. But that's fucking long. I would take about 12 to maybe 14 weeks to cut. This is for a bodybuilding competition, I would say. But I mean, like, if you're doing, like, a large weight loss thing, like you're 300 plus pounds, you want to get to, like, 150, if you're, like, a girl, take 1 to 2 years to lose the weight. You want to do it as healthy as possible and sustain, keep as much strength and muscle mass as possible, too. If you're just not eating, your body will eat itself to sustain life. So don't do things like that. Be very careful. All right, next question from Sam. How do you motivate yourself? If it's in the gym and I'm squatting really heavy weights, for example, I put music in recently anyway, and I just talk shit to myself. I say, you fucking pussy, come on, don't be a stupid idiot, you gotta fucking lift this weight, this and that. I try to really push myself to do certain things. But if I'm waking up and I have a test, I can't motivate myself for shit. If it's not something like that, if school related, I have little motivation. I still do the work. It's just not
Sometimes.
I do the work. It's just not as to my full potential, So that's it. All right, Connor. How many times a week should you do cardio?
We don't do cardio.
We don't do cardio.
Actually, I started doing cardio.
She started doing cardio because she's doing hiking. She's going on like a 3-day
I'm on a hiking trip in 2 weeks.
Yeah, she's doing hiking, so she's gonna need her cardio to go up. But
you should do it 3 times a week.
It depends what your goal is, really.
Whoever they is.
Yeah, the scientists, the government,
it's good for your heart.
God.
To do that.
Cardio is very good for your heart, but also if you're trying to lose weight, I see a lot of girls come in the gym who are not necessarily fit, and all they do is Stairmaster. Not Stairmaster. That's too difficult for them to advance. It'd be more like the elliptical, elliptical and treadmill. They're just there chilling their heart rate. They're not even sweating. They're just kind of walking. That's not cardio. I don't consider that cardio. That does nothing for you. And the weight training gives out more benefits than simply cardio.
Yeah, unless your heart rate goes up, you're really not doing anything.
Yeah.
It's just like walking to the store.
If you're doing cardio and you're not drenched in sweat by the end of the workout,
you should have a drop dripping from your chin.
Yeah,
That's when you stop.
All right, this is from Alessio. Hi, Alessio, long time no see. If you saw me, this is weird. If you saw me naked in my house with an Xbox controller in my hand and a glass of water in the other, would you still love me? I'd probably feel a little freaked out. Maybe. That's a definite maybe. Would you love Alessio?
I don't know Alessio, so I wouldn't love you. Sorry.
Alright guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Watching it as much as I enjoyed making it, and
Me too.
yeah, thanks for the questions, and I'll keep you guys posted for the next Q&A. I like these, are fun. Peace.